Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we are discussing important current affairs for the November month. The session will be quite interesting and important students. Stay tuned with us till the end. The content here that we will be discussing is top-notch students and it is very beneficial for all the students who are preparing for the competitive exams. Many MCQs will be discussed here that will be covering your whole of the November month. In this video students, we are focusing on various national affairs, international affairs, topic wise. For example, your banking and economy news, various MOUs, indexes, important dates, everything will be covered here in this single video. Students, apart from this, we upload the daily current affairs video, monthly current affairs video and topic wise as well as weekly current affairs video. All these videos, they are very beneficial for the learning process. Students, if you are new here, do subscribe to us. We are one-stop solution for current affairs and also hit the like button. I want to see maximum students liking this video and I want to see the maximum likes on this video. So now let's start with the content. Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Identify the country that participated with India in the first joint working group meeting on agriculture that was held at Krishi Bhavan in New Delhi in the October month. So identify the country that participated with India in this joint working group meeting. It is Sri Lanka. Right, during this meeting, India and Sri Lanka reaffirmed the shared commitment to strengthen the cooperation in food and nutritional security in both the countries. Next, Toshiba Transmission and Distribution Systems of India Private Limited. They delivered India's first indigenously manufactured 220 kilowatt mobile gas insulated switch gear system in October to which central public sector enterprise under the Ministry of Power. Right, so it was under Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. Also remember, a transmission agreement has been signed where India will be importing electricity from Nepal, and here Power Grid will be playing an important role. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the India Maritime Week 2025 held from 27 to 31st of October in Mumbai, Maharashtra. If we look at the option here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, on 30 to 31st of October, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Ekta Nagar in Gujarat to participate in Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebration, marking 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. During his visit, he inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for several development projects across various sectors. Identify the total worth of this project. See students, when we are doing the daily current affairs video, in this I regularly tell you that the total worth of the projects that were inaugurated, these are quite important because questions can be asked directly related to it, right? So the right option here becomes, what is the total net worth of the projects here? It is 1140 crore rupees. Here a 150 rupees commemorative coin and stamp was also launched, and Arambh 7.0 interaction was also carried out by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the theme on which this interaction was carried out is reimagining governance. Next is, in October, Indian Navy announced that India will simultaneously host three major maritime events, that is your Exercise Milan, International Fleet Review and Indian Ocean Naval Symposium Conclave of Chiefs for the first time. So these are the three events. These are scheduled to be held in February at what location? So they will be held at Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh in February. IFR, International Fleet Review, then your Exercise Milan and Indian Ocean Naval Symposium Conclave of Chiefs. All of them are scheduled to be held where? In Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Right students? Next is, mark the correct statement regarding India Maritime Week organized by the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, scheduled to be held from 27 to 31st of October in Mumbai, Maharashtra. If we look at the option here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, identify the correct statement regarding Bharat International Rice Conference 2025 held from 30 to 31st of October at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. If we look at the option now, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next is identify the ministry that launched the first of its kind Model Youth Gram Sabha initiative in New Delhi to promote youth participation in grassroots governance. So identify that ministry. Which is that ministry? It is Ministry of Panchayati Raj. During the launch here, this My Youth Gram Sabha Pota or initiative here, remember, and a teacher training module was also unveiled. A teacher training module was also unveiled here. Correct. Also, an amount of 20,000 rupees per school has also been announced here, right? That will be provided to the school. It will be a one-time financial assistance for conducting the mocks. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Chhattisgarh in the month of November. If we look at the option A and B are right, C is wrong here. Right? If we look at the option C, he laid the foundation stone for pharmaceutical park in Bilaspur district of Chhattisgarh spanning 141 acres. Is it so? So here remember, he unveiled the pharmaceutical park, right? That is in not Bilaspur district but in Nava Raipur, Atal Nagar. That is in Raipur. It spans across 141.84 acres. Next, in November, which university has launched Campus Tank, India's first university-led startup launchpad to promote innovation and entrepreneurship among young innovators? So it is Chandigarh University. Take a note of this. Right, the event also witnessed the launch of CU AI Space, which features advanced technology and AI-powered tools that will inspire the young innovators to develop solutions for real-world challenges. Next, in November, Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy has launched the third round of the Production-Linked Incentive Scheme for Specialty Steel to promote domestic production of high-valued steel products. What is the range of the incentive percentage offered under this scheme? So, what is the percentage? It is 4% to 15% that is being offered here. Also remember here, the incentive period will extend to 5 years. Next, India's first DASH semiconductor manufacturing plant was inaugurated by Odisha's Chief Minister Mohan Charan Manjhi ji at Info Valley in Bhubaneswar in November month. So it was India's first silicon carbide semiconductor manufacturing plant that was inaugurated by Odisha's Chief Minister Mohan Charan Manjhi ji. Next is identify the state where Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's first digital tribal museum, that is the Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Memorial and Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum in November on the occasion of State's Foundation Day. So two questions here, students. First is, when do we observe the Foundation Day of which state we are talking about? It is Chhattisgarh. Right, and on that day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first digital tribal museum. Right, that is, what is the name of that museum? Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Memorial. Right, here a ebook was also launched. This is also important. What is the name of this ebook? It is Adi Shaurya. The name of the book is Adi Shaurya. Correct? Take a note of this. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the release of the India AI Governance Guidelines enabling safe and trusted AI innovation by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in November. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Moving on, which organization announced plans to set up India's largest geothermal energy technology pilot project in Andhra Pradesh to promote sustainable tourism infrastructure through clean energy technologies? So, which organization announced the plan here? So it is Solar Energy Efficiency Service Limited, EESL. They have announced the plans for the India's largest geothermal energy technology pilot project. And where it will be? It will be in Andhra Pradesh. Next, as per the United Nations Environment Programme's Adaptation Gap Report, running on empty developing nations are projected to face an annual adaptation bill of up to $365 billion by which year? It is by 2035, and it is saying that the developing countries, they will be spending more amount of money if inflation adjusted to cater the climate adaptation, right? To basically spend money on the climate change. Next, India and Denmark, they jointly launched Indo-Danish Business Council in Copenhagen, Denmark, that will enhance the bilateral ties through innovation, investment and sustainable development. Who is the chairperson of the council here? So Freddie Swane is the chairperson of this council. This council was launched by Manish Prabhat, the ambassador of India to Denmark, commemorating 75 years of diplomatic relation between India and Denmark. Next, under South Africa's G20 presidency, the G20 Extraordinary Committee of Independent Experts on Global Inequality released the first ever report revealing that India's top 1% grew its wealth by 62% since 2000. What is the title of this G20 report? So, what is the title here? G20 Global Inequality Report 2025. If we talk about income equality, it states that nationally 83% of the countries have high income inequality, right? And we are seeing that the people who are rich, they are getting richer, and the people that do not have money, they are getting poor day by day because of inflation. Also, the report suggested that the top or the wealthiest 1% of India, they have experienced a 62% increase in their net worth on their wealth since the year 2000. Actually, this number is quite higher than that is mentioned in this report. Next, United Nations Environment Program, they have released the 16th edition of their emission gap report, highlighting the world's largest emitters of greenhouse gas emissions in 2024. Which of the following countries was not listed among the following? So if we look at the following here, it is Brazil that was not listed here, correct? So we are talking about UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, headquartered in Nairobi, Kenya. They have released this 16th edition of this report, that is your emission gap report, that highlights the world's largest emitter of the greenhouse gas emissions in 2024. And among the following, Brazil was not listed here. Correct? Next, as per the report, if we see which are the highest emitters, China on the top, then USA, then it is our country, India, then EU, then Russia. Next, in October, International Finance Corporation, the lending arm of World Bank, right? They have extended $50 million loan to City Union Bank to support the Sustainable Business Initiative. What is the primary objective of this funding initiative? Right? So what is the primary objective here? It is to strengthen the green financing for MSMEs so that the amount of money that is being utilized here will be used for the green project. That means clean energy projects. Right? Take a note of this, students. Next, identify the key surveys launched by RBI in October to provide critical inputs for monetary policy formulation. So identify the key surveys here. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. These are the surveys that we are talking about. Next, identify the payment gateway that partnered with NPCI International Payment Limited in November to enable UPI transactions in Malaysia. So it is Razorpay Kerlak. Correct? Next is identify the exchange platform where the State Bank of India executed its first ever gold trade as a special category client at GIFT City, Gandhinagar, Gujarat in November, marking a key milestone in India's bullion market reforms. So identify that exchange. It is India International Bullion Exchange. Next, name the Indian conglomerate whose subsidiary partnered with Google in October to build India's AI infrastructure and promote the AI for All initiative by expanding access to advanced AI tools and platforms. So name that Indian conglomerate. It is Reliance Industries Limited, right? So RIL, they partnered with Google here, correct, to accelerate the adoption of AI across India. Even if you see Geo, right, they are giving free Gemini Pro Plus plan to their users. This plan, if otherwise see, it is available for 35,000 rupees. Next is identify the Indian conglomerate that signed this MOU we just saw. It is Reliance Industries Limited. Next, find out the Indian bank. Oh, I correct myself. Identify the Indian conglomerate that signed an MOU with the government of Andhra Pradesh in November to invest 20,000 crore rupees for energy projects in the state. It is not Reliance Industries Limited. It is Hinduja Group. This is a different question, right? So option C is right here. Next, find out the bank that was honored with the title that is the world's best consumer bank and the best bank in India by the Global Finance magazine during the International Monetary Fund World Bank annual meeting held in Washington DC, USA. So which is the bank that we are talking about? It is State Bank of India. They have been honored with the best bank in India as well as the world's best consumer bank. So it is State Bank of India. Next, identify that Indian city that was designated as UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy under UNESCO Creative Cities Network during the 43rd session of the UNESCO's General Conference held in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. So identify that Indian city. It is Lucknow that has been designated as the UNESCO's Creative City of Gastronomy. And this is the second city in India that was designated this, right? The first city was, which was the first city? It is Hyderabad of Telangana. Next, name the lake in Bihar that was designated as India's 94th Ramsar Site of International Importance as announced by Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav, right? So, which is that site we are talking about? It is Gogabil Lake, right? With this addition, Bihar now has a total of 6 Ramsar sites, ranking 3rd in India. The highest is Tamil Nadu with 20 Ramsar sites, then UP with 10 Ramsar sites, and now Bihar stands at 3rd position with 6 Ramsar sites. Next, Quackrelli-Simon, they have recently released the Quackrelli-Simon World University Ranking for Asia 2026. According to them, this is the 17th edition that features 1,529 universities from 25 locations. Which of the following institutions is not among the top 5 Indian universities in the ranking? Right? So it is Jawaharlal Nehru University for New Delhi. Correct? If we see here in this World University Ranking for Asia, it is IIT Delhi, right, that secured the top position from Indian universities. Globally, that stands at 59th position. Then IISc Bangalore at 2nd position globally, but 2nd position from India, but globally 64th position. Next is identify that Indian cooperative organization that secured the world's #1 rank based on the GDP per capita performance in the International Cooperative Alliance World Cooperative Monitor released in November. If we look at the options here, option 2 is rightly mentioned, that is Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited. Next is who was honored with the 2025 World Leader for Peace and Security Award by the Boston Global Forum and Artificial Intelligence World Security Summit at Howard University in USA in November. So who was honored with this World Leader for Peace and Security Award? Right option is Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar. Next, in November, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs released the Swachh Sarvekshan 2025 ranking, the world's largest urban cleanliness survey. Name the city with a population above 10 lakh rupees that was ranked as the dirtiest in India. Which is it? It is Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Next is who was conferred with Manohar Parrikar Yuva Scientist Award for outstanding contributions to computational material science. So who was honored here? Dr. Sai Gautam Gopal Krishnan was honored here. Next is Justice Surya Kant has been appointed as the 53rd Chief Justice of India. He will be succeeding Chief Justice B.R. Gawai, who is set to retire on 23rd of November. Next, Sanjay Garg, a 1994 batch IAS officer from Kerala cadre, was appointed as the new Director General of which state? Here of which organization? It was for Bureau of Indian Standards, following the superannuation of Pramod Kumar Tribari. Next, who took oath for her second consecutive term as the President of Tanzania during the ceremony held at the military parade ground in Dodoma in November 2025. So who took oath here? It was by Samia Suluhu Hassan. Right, with this, she became the first woman to hold the presidency and served as the 6th President of Tanzania. Next, name the electric tactical all-terrain vehicle unveiled by Praveg Dynamics Private Limited in October, which became India's first defense EV developed for special operations and reconnaissance missions. So what is the name of that? It is Veer. Veer is the name of this electrical terrain, all electrical tactical, or this is electric tactical all terrain vehicle, that is ETATV. Next, mark the incorrect statement regarding the launch of India's heaviest military communication satellite, that is CMS-03, launched by ISRO. If we look at the option here, we have to find the incorrect statement. Option A is right, option C is right, B is wrong, which is our answer. B is saying that the CMS-03 satellite is designed for Indian Air Force, will enhance communication service across the Indian Ocean region. No, if we see about the CS, this is a satellite that has been, basically it is a multi-band communication satellite. It will enhance the communication in the Indian Ocean region, right? And it is for Indian Navy, right? So it is not for Indian Air Force, but it is for Indian Navy. Next, identify the Earth observation satellite launched in November by European Space Agency and Ariane Space using Ariane 6 rocket from Guyana Space Center in French Guiana. So what is that Earth observation satellite? It is Copernicus Sentinel-1D. Next, who became India's 90th chess grandmaster in October after securing the final grandmaster norm at the Bijlian tournament in Bosnia and Europe, and is also the 35th grandmaster from Tamil Nadu? Who are we talking about? Ilam Parthi, Aval Pundrari, Ravi Kumar, right? He became the 35th grandmaster from Tamil Nadu and 90th chess grandmaster from India. Correct? Next, name the team that emerged as the champion of Pro Kabaddi League Season 12, defeating Puneri Paltan in the finals held at the Tyagraj Indoor Stadium in New Delhi. So identify the team here which we are talking about. So right option is Dabang Delhi KC. Next, in November, Indian tennis player Rohan Machanda Bopanna announced his retirement from professional tennis. Which of the following statement about his career is incorrect? If we see here, option A is right, B is right, C is wrong, which is our answer. He won the men's singles gold medal at the 2018 Jakarta Asian Games. Is that so? So he won the men's double gold medal, right? Men's double event in which he won the gold medal in the 2018 Jakarta Games. He was also honored with Padma Shri in 2024. Remember this. Next, Indian women cricket team has won the first ever ICC Women's ODI World Cup 2025 title on 2nd November, defeating South Africa by 52 runs at the Dr. D.Y. Patil Sports Academy of Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. Mark the correct statement regarding the ICC Women's ODI World Cup 2025. So if we look at the option A is right here. We have to find the correct statement, right? So option A is right and B is right. C is wrong. So option A is our answer, B is our answer. C is saying that the winner's prize money for 2025 ICC Women's ODI World Cup was $5.58 million, while the runner-up received $2.24 million. Is it so? So if we look at the prize money here, so champions claimed $6.58 million, right? While the runner-up, that is South Africa, who were the winners? India were the winners, so $6.58 million. Whereas the runners, who were South Africa, they received $3.24 million. So now, see, even the slightest number change, right? The answer can vary, right? It becomes incorrect statement. So you need to pay attention to this, even the slightest data. Next, the third edition of the Asian Youth Games was held in Manama, Kingdom of Bahrain from 22nd to 31st of October. The People's Republic of China topped the medal tally standing with 63 gold medals. How many gold medals did India win at this event? So if we see here, India won a total of 13 gold medals at this event. If we talk about as a whole, India won a total of 48 medals, out of which 13 are gold, 18 are silver and 17 are bronze. Whereas People's Republic of China, they won a total of 147 medals, 63 gold, 49 silver and 35 bronze. And they secured the first position in the medal tally, whereas India secured 6th position in the medal tally. Next, in November, the Indian origin British billionaire and chairman of Hinduja Group passed away in London. So, Gopichand Paramanand Hinduja, right, the Indian origin billionaire, British billionaire and the chairman of Hinduja Group recently passed away, born in 1940. Next, Richard Bruce Dick Cheney, the 46th Vice President of USA, passed away in November 3rd in Washington DC. Identify the term during which he served as the vice president under the president George Washington Bush. So the time period was 2001 to 2009. Next, the National Unity Day or your Rashtriya Ekta Divas is observed on the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, also known as the Iron Man of India. This year it was 150th birth anniversary here. So if we look at the option here, option B is incorrect. R, A and C are right. B is saying that during the celebration, Prime Minister Narendra Modi released 150 rupees commemorative coin and a 10 rupees postage stamp in the honor of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So no, it was a postage stamp of denomination 5 rupees, whereas the coin was of 150 rupees commemorative coin. So now option B is also right. Next, when was International Day for Biosphere Reserve observed to raise awareness about the importance, conservation and sustainable management of Biosphere Reserve? So when do we observe this day? It is observed on 3rd of November, right? And this time it was the 4th edition of it that was observed. Next, in November, which Indian state became the first to sign a letter of intent with Elon Musk's Starlink Satellite Communication Private Limited to provide satellite-based internet service across government institutions and rural communities? And which is that state we are talking about? First Indian state, it is Maharashtra. Next is in October, 3 Indian companies received the first approval to import rare earth magnets from China. Identify the currency used in China. So it is yuan that is being used in China. Correct. Next, in October, India exported the first ever air shipment of GI tagged Indi and Pulyakundi limes to UK. The Indi lime originates from which state? So the Indi lime originates from Karnataka. Right? Option 4th. Next, in October, Hurricane Melissa, a Category 5 storm, caused severe destruction across Haiti, Jamaica and Cuba, leading to widespread flooding, landslides and infrastructure damage. Name the capital city of Cuba that was impacted by the hurricane. So it is Havana that was impacted by the Hurricane Melissa. Next, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, that is IRDAI, they imposed a penalty of 1 crore rupees on Liberty General Insurance for regulatory non-compliance. Identify the year in which IRDAI was established as India's insurance sector regulator. It is 1999. Next, name the wildfire sanctuary in Madhya Pradesh that was announced by the Chief Minister Mohan Yadav to become the 3rd habitat for cheetahs under India Project Cheetah in October 2025. It is Nodrahe Wildlife Sanctuary. Right? It is located where? It is in Madhya Pradesh. Next, students, the Maldives has become the first and the only country to introduce a generational smoking ban, a landmark policy aimed at protecting the future generations from tobacco addiction in November. What is the capital of the Maldives? It is Mali is the capital of the Maldives. Here, the ban applies to all the tobacco products including cigarettes, cigars, pipe tobacco, e-cigarettes, vaping device, and retailers there are required to verify the age of the buyers before completing any transactions. Correct? Next is which ministry has appointed Akhil Kumar as the interim managing director and chief executive officer of the Common Service Center Special Purpose Vehicle, succeeding Sanjay Kumar Rakesh in November. So which ministry is it that has appointed Anil Kumar as the interim managing director and CEO? It is MEITY, Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology. Next, identify the institution that has been officially recognized and included in the World Book of Records for their exceptional contribution to sustainable development, cultural exchange, and intellectual collaboration in November. So, identify that institution. Which is that institution? It is India Habitat Center. Next, in November, FATF, Financial Action Task Force, they have released a report commemorating India's Enforcement Directorate as model agency for asset tracing, freezing and confiscation. In which year was the FATF established? So FATF was established in 1989. Next is in November, Rakshit Hargave was appointed as the new CEO and executive director of which company following the resignation of Ranjit Singh Kohli. So for Britannia Industries Limited, he has been appointed as the new CEO and executive director. The Industrial Transition Accelerator has released their report titled India Insights Briefing, Unlocking India's Clean Industrialization opportunity. Identify the country that topped the global list for the highest number of clean energy industrial projects as mentioned in the report. If we say here, it is China that has secured the top position in this report. So it is China, then it is USA, then our country India, then Australia, and then Spain. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the inauguration of the 150th anniversary celebration of Vande Mataram. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Moving on, choose the defense manufacturer that signed a $1 billion agreement with USA-based General Electric Company for the supply of 113 jet engines to power 97 light combat aircraft Tejas Mark 1A for the Indian Air Force in November 2025. So which is that organization? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and it is for the 97 light combat aircraft Tejas Mark 1A fighter jet. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Uttarakhand on 9th of November, marking 25th Foundation Day of the state. Which is it? It is all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, mark the incorrect statement regarding the 18th Urban Mobility India Conference and exhibition held in Gurugram, Haryana. So we have to find the incorrect statement. Option B is right, C is right, our option is A, which is wrong. It is saying that the 18th edition of the Urban Mobility India Conference and Exhibition was organized under the theme Sustainable Mobility for All. Is it so? Is it the theme here that you need to remember? No, it is Urban Development and Mobility Nexus. Right, so theme is Urban Development and Mobility Nexus. Right, this is the theme here that you need to remember. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the initiatives launched during the National Urban Conclave organized by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in New Delhi. If we look at the options here, we have to find the correct statement. A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that the Jal Hi Janani initiative was launched under the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban to promote sanitation awareness through music. Is it so? Is it correct? No, this is wrong, right? That is Jal Hi Janani, right? Basically, we talk about this. Here, Manwalal Khattar launched this Amrit anthem, that is Jal Hi Janani. This is an anthem, right? That highlights the importance of water in daily lives. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the Co-op-Com 2025 inaugurated by Amit Shah in November in New Delhi. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, which organization signed a contribution agreement with SIDBI, that is SIDBI's Venture Capital Fund only, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India Venture Capital Limited in November to launch 1000 crore rupees space venture fund that is aimed at strengthening India's space tech startup ecosystem. So which organization has signed this contribution? It is with InSpace. InSpace is the commercial arm of ISRO only, right? And this agreement is for setting up a venture capital fund for 1000 crore rupees that will be for India's space tech startup. Right, students? Next, where did the 11th edition of India-Sri Lanka Joint Military Exercise Mitra Shakti commence in November to enhance bilateral defense cooperation and joint counter-terrorism capabilities under United Nations mandate? It is Belgavi, Karnataka. Next is in November, it is GSW Energy Limited that is commissioned India's largest green hydrogen plant in Vijayanagar in Karnataka. Location is important and it is India's largest. Right, students? Next, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am inaugurated India's first modern river ferry terminal in November, where this gateway terminal and jetty was located. So it is located in Guwahati, Assam. Moving on, mark the incorrect statement regarding the export sector schemes approved by the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If we see here, the incorrect statement, A is right, C is right, B is wrong, which is our answer. Correct, take a note of this. It is saying that the credit guarantee scheme for the exporters provide 50% credit guarantee coverage by NCGTC to MLIs, right? And it is for additional credit up to 20,000 crore rupees valid till March 2026. Correct. So it is valid till 31st of March 2026. And here if we see 20,000 crore rupees additional credit is also right. But if we look at this number, right, that is the scheme provides 50% credit guarantee coverage. No, it is not 50% but 100% credit guarantee coverage. Next, identify the mineral that was not included in the Union Cabinet's approval of the rationalized royalty rates in November, aimed at boosting domestic production and reducing the import dependence. It is nickel. Next is which state emerged as the first in India to roll out the amended BharatNet scheme in November, a rural broadband initiative aimed at enabling e-health, e-education and e-governance services. It is Punjab state. Important. Next, name the country that became the world's first cashless society in November, where cash circulation accounts for less than 4% of the GDP. It is Sweden. Next, identify the Indian National Park that earned good rating from IUCN, that is International Union for the Conservation of Nature, in their 4th edition of the World Heritage Outlook, becoming the only Indian site to achieve a positive conservative assessment. So, which is that Indian National Park? It is Kanchenjunga National Park. Where is this located? It is located in Sikkim. Also remember this World Heritage Outlook. This was released during the IUCN World Conservation Congress that was held in Abu Dhabi, UAE. Next, which organization has released State of the Food and Agriculture report titled Addressing Land Degradation Across Landholding Scales in November, highlighting India among the countries with the highest yield loss due to the human-induced land degradation. Which is it? It is Food and Agriculture Organization. Right? Take a note. This is an arm of UN. Moving on. Next, the 29th edition of the multilateral exercise Malabar, involving the participation of Quad nations, began in November. Which are the Quad countries? If we see here, India, USA, then Australia and Japan. These are the 4 countries Quad, and they conduct an exercise that is Malabar exercise. This is the 29th edition of this Malabar exercise. Right? Question asked is that the exercise was hosted by which country? It is United States of America that hosted this exercise, and the navies of these countries, they took part here. And this time, if we see from Indian side, INS Shahadri took part in this exercise. Next, identify the South Asian country that became the first in the region and the 56th globally to join UN Water Convention on 20th of June. It is Bangladesh. Next, which country was ranked as the world's happiest city? Recently launched Time Out Cities Life Index, while Mumbai topped the Asian happiness chart here. So, which city was ranked as the world's happiest city? It is Abu Dhabi, UAE. And if we talk about the Asian cities, it is Mumbai that secured the top position here. Next, and globally also Mumbai, India, it secured 5th position. This is globally. Next, identify the sector where India and Vietnam, they have signed a memorandum of agreement for mutual search, rescue support and cooperation on the sidelines of the 15th India-Vietnam Defense Policy Dialogue held in Hanoi, Vietnam. So, identify the sector where India and Vietnam signed a memorandum of agreement. It is in the submarine sector, right? For submarine cooperation, research and development and innovation of it. Next, mark the correct statement regarding President Draupadi Murmu ma'am's visit to Angola. If we see here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, in November, which Indian public sector bank surpassed 100 trillion rupees in total business and crossed $100 billion mark capitalization for the first time? It is State Bank of India. Right? It is State Bank of India. Next is Renew Energy Global PLC. They have secured how much amount of financial package from Asian Development Bank? This is worth $331 million financial package from Asian Development Bank in November to support 837 megawatt peak hybrid renewable energy project that will be established in Andhra Pradesh. Next, name the country where NPCI International Payment Limited partnered with Benefit, that is a leading fintech company, in November to enable real-time cross-border remittances through the linkage of UPI and Fawry Plus services. It is Bahrain. Next, name the organization that recognized by RBI in November as a self-regulatory organization for payment settlement operators. So, name that organization. It is Self-Regulated Payment System Operators Association. Right? It was recognized as an SRO. Next, name the bank that launched the cultural initiative that is Bharat Surotsav in Chennai, Tamil Nadu in November, that is aimed at celebrating India's musical and cultural heritage through a multi-city fusion festival. So name that bank. It is Federal Bank Limited. Next, according to Moody's rating, global macro 2026 growth will be steady but subdued in 2026 report released in November. India's GDP growth is expected to average dash through 2027. It is expected to average 6.5% through 2027. Next, in November, the Eldelgive Foundation, in collaboration with Huron India, has released the 12th edition of the Huron India Philanthropy List. Name the philanthropist who emerged as India's most generous donor with a total contribution of 2,708 crore rupees during financial year 26. He is Shivnadar and family. Right? Take a note of this. If we average it out, he donated almost 7.4 crore rupees per day for generous efforts. Correct. If we talk about the youngest philanthropist, he will be Nikhil Kamath. He is 39 years of age, and Nitin Kamath, who is 46 years of age. Together, they were among the youngest philanthropists who donated 147 crore rupees. Next, who received the Interpol Medal for the highest order of for outstanding contribution to global security and international cooperation. This was during the Middle East International Border Management and Technology Conference in Manama, Bahrain. So, who received this Interpol medal? General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa received this medal. Next, select the person who did not receive the Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika National Award, which honors individuals for their contribution towards the promotion of Northeastern arts, literature, music, and social service in November. So, select the person. Arijit Singh here did not receive the Bharat Ratna Bhupen Hazarika National Award. Next, identify the insurance company that won two major awards, that is Digital Insurer of the Year and Women Leader of the Year at the 29th Asia Insurance Industry Awards held in Singapore. So identify the insurance company. It is Go Digit General Insurance Limited, that is Digit Insurance. Next, who was honored with the Ambassador Richard C. Holbrook Distinguished Achievement Award, that is the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Dayton Literacy Peace Prize held in Dayton, Ohio, UAE. So here, who was honored? So Salman Rushdie was honored here. Correct. If we see for the fiction, Martyr by Kaveh Akbar was winner here, and for non-fiction, The Burning Earth. The Burning Earth by Sunil Amrit won, and Martyr was by Kaveh Akbar. Next, who won the 2025 Booker Prize for Fiction for the novel Flesh at the ceremony held in London, UK? So, who won? So, David Sasley has won the Booker Prize for Fiction for the novel Flesh. Next, choose the beach in Tamil Nadu that retained the International Blue Flag certification for the 5th consecutive time in November. So, which is that beach? It is Kovalam Beach, and it received first blue flag certification in September 2021. Next, students, Justice Alok Bhushan has been reappointed as the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal chairman till July 2026 following the approval of the ACC in November. Next, choose the country where Catherine Martina and Connolly took oath as the 10th president and on 11th of November succeeding Michael D. Higgins. So for Ireland, she has took oath as the 10th president. Next, who became the first Indian to lead the global automotive industry body, the Organization International OCIA, in November after succeeding John Bonzella. So who became the first Indian here? So Sailash Chandra became the first Indian. Next, in November, Indian Navy inducted the new indigenously built survey vessel large class ship at the Southern Naval Command in Kochi, Kerala. Identify the vessel command commenced during the event. So what is that survey vessel large ship? It is INS Ikshak. Right, and it has been built by GRSE, that is Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, and it was delivered at built at Kolkata, West Bengal, and delivered in Kochi, Kerala to the Southern Naval Command. Next, name the quantum technology startup that successfully demonstrated India's first 500-kilometer quantum key distribution network for digitally securing communication in November. It is QNew Labs Private Limited. Next, identify the Indian state in which the ISRO carried out the key main parachute test for Gaganyaan mission in November. So, where was this carried out? This parachute test, it was carried out in Uttar Pradesh for the Gaganyaan mission. That is India's maiden human spaceflight mission. This parachute system, it consists of 10 parachutes of 4 types for Gaganyaan crew module. Next, name the institution that developed India's first quantum diamond microscope in November to support neuroscience and material research. It is IIT Bombay. Then next is Tamil Nadu's Rahul versus India's dash chess grandmaster after clinching the 6th Asian Individual Chess Championship held in Philippines. So Tamil Nadu's Rahul, not versus, it is Rahul vs. He became India's 91st chess grandmaster. Right, 91st chess grandmaster Rahul vs. and he is from which state? He is from Tamil Nadu. Right, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Next, in November, Asian Archery Federation Congress held in Dhaka announced the host country for 2026 Asian Youth Archery Championship. The championship will be hosted by which nation? It will be hosted by UAE. Next is identify the mascot unveiled for the 5th Khelo India University Games during the launch event held at Amer Fort in Jaipur, Rajasthan. So it is Khamma and Ghani. They are the mascots, correct? Moving on, the James Davy Watson, the Nobel Prize winning American biologist who co-discovered the double helix structure of deoxyribonucleic acid, that is our DNA, passed away in November. In which year did he win the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine? So he won this Nobel Prize in 1962. Next, name the eminent Telugu poet and lyricist who passed away in November in Hyderabad, Telangana, was known for composing Telangana state anthem, that is Jaya Jaya Telangana. So right option is Ande Shri Lakshmi Narayan. Next is the World Science Day for Peace and Development, observed every year on 10th of November to highlight the importance of science in fostering peace, progress, sustainability, was marked as which edition in 2025? It was the 24th edition, right? Next is when is National Education Day observed? This day is observed on 11th of November and it is observed to commemorate the birth anniversary of Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, the first education minister of independent India. And this year it was 137th birth anniversary of Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. If we talk about this National Education Day, this was first observed in 2008 on 11th of November. Next is, according to State Bank of India research report released in November, India emerged as the world's second largest consumer of gold in 2024 with a total demand of 802.8 tons, accounting for 26% of the global consumption. Identify the country that topped the list as the largest gold consumer during the same period. It is China. Next, identify the country that announced in November its plan to adopt India's flagship rural development program, the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, to strengthen their own productive safety net program. So, which is it? It is Ethiopia country. Next, in November, the Airports Authority of India has signed an MOU with which state government for acquisition and operation of Naini Saini Airport. The airport is located in which state? So, this Naini Saini Airport, it is located in Uttarakhand. Next students, India participated in the 10th edition of the global hashtag MedSafety Week campaign from November 3rd to 9th to promote medicine safety and encourage the reporting of side effects. The campaign was organized with the support of which ministry? It was with the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Next, in November, Sharad Malhotra was appointed as the managing director of which company's India operations, succeeding John Ten, effective from 1st of December. So it is for Nippon Paint India. Next, identify the newly discovered class of magnetic order that emerged in November as distinct from traditional ferromagnetism and antiferromagnetism and was experimentally confirmed in 2024. So, it is altermagnetism. This is the new class of magnetic order that was discovered. Next is, in November, India operationalized the Neoma Air Base that is near the line of actual control. Right? Name that state or UT that is home to this strategically important high altitude airbase. So it is Ladakh. Next, Republic of Nature, a 32-acre township featuring India's first man-made beach, was introduced by GT Bharti Urban Developers in November. It is located where? It is located in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, right? It is a 32-acre township featuring India's first man-made beach, right? You must have seen man-made beach in Dubai, right? Similarly, a first of its kind 32-acre township featuring India's first man-made beach was introduced by GT Bharti Urban Developers, where in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Next, in November, the Election Commission of India has signed a statement of intent with the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance in New Delhi to enhance electoral management and promote democratic governance. When was this ECI established? In 1950. Next, which financial corporation entered into a 50-50 joint venture with Mahindra and Mahindra in November to establish a life insurance company in India? It is Manulife Financial Corporation. They have entered into a 50-50 joint venture here. So these were your important current affairs for the week, students. Following traditional Lepcha musical instrument received the GI tag registration from the Government of India in November. So if we see here, option that is Tongbuk and Pumtong Pulit. These are the two instruments A and C. They got the GI tag recently, correct? And question can further be asked that here, where was this, or these basically these two musical instrument, they are from which state? They are from Sikkim. They are from Sikkim. Next is which entity under the Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technology has been designated to implement and operationalize the Digital Personal Data Protection Rules 2025 notified in November. If we look at the options here, which entity under the MEITY? It is Data Protection Board of India, right? And here the act here, it follows the SARL framework. What is this SARL framework? SARL is your simple, accessible, rational and actionable framework that use plain language and examples to make compliance and understanding easier. SARL means easy in Hindi. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 30th Conference of Indian Industry, Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII Partnership Summit held in November in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. This itself is a question, students, that where was CII Partnership Summit held in November? It was in Visakhapatnam, and it was the 30th or 30th edition of CII Partnership Summit. Now the question is, correct the statement here. Find the correct statement. So all these three options are rightly mentioned here, right? That means A, B, C, all are right. Moving on, next, students, identify the platform that partnered with India AI mission under MEITY in November to launch a nationwide Yuva AI for All program, that is Youth for Unnati and Vikas with AI for All, that is Yuva AI for All program. So identify the platform that partnered with India AI mission here. Which is that platform? It is IntelliPat. And this collaboration, it supports the Government of India's vision to empower 10 million citizens with the foundational AI competencies by January 2026. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the key development initiatives announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during Janjatiya Gaurav Divas program held in Gujarat. If we look at the options here, A, B, C, all three are rightly mentioned. Next, Indian Oil Corporation Limited, BPCL and Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited has signed a one-year contract to import 2.2 million tons per annum of liquefied petroleum gas for 2026 from which year? It will be from where? From which country we will be importing? It will be from United States of America. And this marks India's first ever structured LPG purchase, and this 2.2 million tons per annum, right? It is nearly 10% of India's annual LPG import. That means if we are importing 100%, out of this 10% is coming from now USA, that is 2.2 million tons per annum. Next, which of the following countries is not among India's top 5 export destinations during April to October as reported by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry? So which of the following country is not among India's top 5 export destination? It is UK is not among the top 5 here. Next is how much total investment was approved by the Government of India for 17 new projects under second tranche of the Electronics Component Manufacturing Scheme announced in November. So how much amount? It was 7,172 crore rupees that was approved, right? Next is identify the Indian state that received the GI tag for Ambaji White Marble from GI Registry under Department of Promotion for Industry and Internal Trade. So identify that Indian state. It is Gujarat. This white marble, that is Ambaji white marble is from which state? It is from Gujarat, that recently got the GI tag. Next, the 8th edition of India UK exercise, right? It is an exercise between the armies of these two nations. It is the 8th edition of this exercise, that is Ajay Warrior. It is between Indian Army and UK Army. We observed this exercise Ajay Warrior, right? Next, where was this held? Location is the next question. It was held in Bikaner, Rajasthan. Moving on, find the incorrect statement regarding the CII Partnership Summit held in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. If we look at the option A is right, B is right, C is wrong, which is our answer. C is saying that the Rail India Technical and Economic Services signed an MOU to construct a new industrial corridor in Andhra Pradesh under their own funding and operational control. Is it so? So here remember this Rail India Technical Corporation, right? That is RITES. They have signed a MOU with Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board. It was with Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board, right? APEDB, to provide technical and consultancy services and act as a partner to facilitate the infrastructure and industrial development, right? And here they will be just providing the support, not the funding here. Now option C is right. Next, MEITY, they have introduced Yuva AI for all, which we just discussed in few questions back, right? And it is India's free national AI course under the India AI mission. This will be a 4-hour long course, right? It will be a self-paced course. It is available for free on learning platforms such as your Future Skills Prime, I Got Karam Yogi, and various other popular edtech web portals also. Next, Dash was released the report title Water Budgeting in Aspirational Blocks. So which organization released this? It is Niti Aayog that released this report on water budgeting in aspirational blocks. This is a significant step for efficient water management. Next is name the company that partnered with United Nations Global Compact Network India to launch Digi Arivu, empowering students through tech initiative in November. So which is that company that partnered here with United Nations Global Compact Network India? It is Samsung Electronics. Moving on, next is where was India's first ever quantum city proposed as revealed by Karnataka's Science and Technology Minister N.S. Bosraju during the 28th Bengaluru Tech Summit? So it was Hasarghata, right? Where was India's first ever quantum city proposed? In Hasarghata. Where is this? This is in Karnataka, right? And this was announced during the 28th Bengaluru Tech Summit. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the recent visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Bhutan. If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned, right? A, B and C all are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the country with which India exchanged a letter of exchange in November to amend the protocol to the Treaty of Transit. So which is that country? It is Nepal here, students, right? Apart from this, one more thing, remember, India will be importing electricity from Nepal, and for this importing, right, the transmission will be provided through power grid. So this is important, take a note of this. Next, identify the incorrect statement regarding President Draupadi Murmu's visit to Botswana in November. If we look at the options here, incorrect we have to find. B is right, C is right, option A is wrongly mentioned, which is answer, which is saying India and Botswana, it marked the 65th anniversary of their diplomatic relation. Is it so? No, it is not 65th, it is the 60th anniversary of their diplomatic relation. Next, the Indian Air Force and French Air and Space Force, they commenced the 8th edition of a bilateral exercise, that is Garuda. Right, this was held where location? It was held in France. And this is the which edition? This is the 8th edition of this exercise. From India, it is Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet that took part in this exercise. Next, in November, Quackrelli Simons released their 4th edition of the QS World University Ranking for Sustainability. Which of the universities did not appear among the world's top 5 institutes? Among the following, it is London School of Economics, right? It did not appear in the top 5 position here, right? Lund University of Sweden first position, University of Toronto of Canada second, University College of London in UK secured third position. Next, name the country that was unanimously re-elected to the Codex Executive Committee for Asia region during the Codex Alimentarius Commission held in November. It is our India, right? That was unanimously re-elected here. Next, in November, the Cambridge Dictionary renamed parasocial as the word of the year, right? Not renamed, but named as the word of the year 2025. That is, parasocial has been named as the word of the year. Next, which of the following is not among India's top 5 most valuable brands as per the Cantor Brands Top 100 Most Valuable Indian Brands 2025 report? Among the following, State Bank of India is not among the top 5 most valuable brands here, right? If we see HDFC Bank, HDFC Bank is on the top, then it is TCS, then it is Airtel, then Infosys, and then ICICI Bank. Next, identify the country that approved the supply of FGM-148 Javelin anti-tank guided missile and M982A1 Excalibur projectiles worth $93 million to India in November. If we see, it is United States of America. Next, the Union Bank of India celebrated their Dash Foundation Day in November. So, Union Bank of India celebrated which foundation day? It was 107th Foundation Day in November at the Geo World Convention Center in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next is, in November, the State Bank of India announced that it will discontinue the M-Cash facility on online SBI and YONO Lite from 1st of December. Next, name the bank that signed an MOU with SIDBI in November to enhance credit flow and working capital support for the MSMEs and the startups. It is Bank of Baroda. Moving on, students, what type of training platforms were added by RBI to its updated alert list in November as a part of its efforts to caution the public agents unregulated and illegal online trading activities? So which is the platform that we were discussing and it was banned by RBI? Multiple platforms have been banned by it is forex trading. Forex trading is basically when you trade in different currency pairs, right? And now as RBI have banned them and the total alert list is updated to 95, right? 7 new platforms have been added by RBI into this alert list and now the new list comprises of 95 platforms. Next, who among the following Indian film personalities was conferred with France Chevalier, that is Knight of the Order of Arts and Letters in November? So, Thota Tharani ji, right? Renowned Indian art director and Padma Shri awardee was honored here with this Knight of the Order of Arts and Letters in November. He was honored with Padma Shri award when in 2001, and this Padma Shri, it is the 4th highest civilian award and he was awarded with this in 2001. Next, where did Union Minister Sarbandana Sonowal conferred the 5th biennial Son of the Soil Awards in November? So where it were in Assam. Next, who received the Academy Honorary Award at the 16th Governor Awards held in November in California, USA? So who received them? It was received by Tom Cruise. Next is, who received the Academy Honorary at the 16th Governor Awards held in November in California, USA? So Tom Cruise. Next, name the state that won the first rank in the Best State category under the 6th National Border Awards conferred by the President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am. So, which is that state? It is Maharashtra. Next is, in November, which country's former President Michelle Bachelet honored for her contribution to peace, gender equality, human rights and democratic values was awarded the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for 2024. It is Chile. Next, in November, who was elected to the International Tennis Hall of Fame class of 2026 for his first year of eligibility? Roger Federer. Right option is Roger Federer. Next, who was appointed as the part-time chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Bank Limited for the term 13th of November to 26th of March as approved by the Reserve Bank of India in November? So, S. Krishnan was appointed as the part-time chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Bank. Next, who among the following was appointed as the UNICEF India Celebrity Advocate to promote child rights, mental health, education and gender equality as announced in November? So, Kirti Suresh is the right option. Next, in November, Nitish Kumar was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Bihar for the 10th time. Who among the following leaders took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister during the ceremony held at Gandhi Maidan in Patna? So, Samarth Chaudhary and Vijay Kumar Sinha, they took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. Next, name the person appointed as a whole-time member of SEBI by the Government of India, succeeding Ashwani Bhatia. Right option is Sandeep Pradhan. Next, in November, Kunchala Kavalya Reddy was selected as an astronaut candidate for 25 to 29 astronaut training program of the Titan Space Industries. Important questions, take a note of this. Right, she is 17 years of age. Next, DRDO's Naval Science and Technological Laboratory, they developed a new generation man-portable autonomous underwater vehicle for mine countermeasures operations as announced in November. Next, identify the company that developed India's first indigenous high-precision and compact diode laser launched during the Emerging Science, Technology and Innovation Conclave in New Delhi. So, identify that company. It is Panchik Private Limited. Next, which of the following companies are leading the Indian Industry Consortium that will take over 50% of the development of the first commercial polar satellite launch vehicle N1SAT to launch the OceanSat satellites in 2026 as announced in November? So, which of the following companies are leading the Indian Industry Consortium? Right option is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and L&T Larsen and Toubro Limited. Next is the 24th Asian Archery Championship sponsored by the Citigroup with participation from over 200 archers across 30 countries was held from 8th to 14th of November in 2025. So, right option is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Next, identify that Indian computer science pioneer widely known as the Pitamaha of computer science education in India who passed away in November. So, identify the computer science pioneer. Right option is Vaideshwaran Raja Raman. Next is Salu Marada Thimaka, the renowned environmentalist who passed away in November, was honored with Padma Shri in 2019 in the field of what? In the field of social work. Right, and honored with Padma Shri in 2019. Next, when was the World Cervical Cancer Elimination observed in 2025 as recognized as the first official global health observance dedicated to eliminating a specific cancer, observed on 17th of November. Next, National Neuropathy Day, observed every year on 18th of November in India to promote holistic well-being through natural healing practices, is marked which edition? So, it was the 8th edition of this National Neuropathy Day. Next is World Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week is observed every year from 18th to 24th of November to raise awareness on antimicrobial resistance and promote One Health practices. What is the theme of this World AMR Awareness Week? It is Act Now, Protect Our Present, Secure Our Future. Next, India witnessed a historic drop in retail inflation to 0.25% in October, which is the lowest in more than a decade, driven by reduced goods and service tax rates and steep decline in key food items. Which ministry officially released this inflation data? It is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation that generally release this data, and that too NSO, National Statistics Office, that releases this data. Next, in November, UAE declared the digital dirham as legal tender, placing it on par with physical currency. What is the capital of UAE? UAE's capital is Abu Dhabi. Next, in November, who announced at the annual Tech Fest InnoTech 2025 hosted by KIET deemed university that India has become the 6th largest patent filer globally? So, who announced the annual Tech Fest Infotech hosted by KIET, right? Deemed university that India has become the 6th largest patent filer globally. So here Dr. Jitendra Singh announced that India has become the 6th largest patent filer globally. Then next is India imposed a 5-year anti-dumping duty of 121.55 per ton on imports of hot rolled flat steel products originating from Vietnam. What is the official currency of Vietnam here? It is dong. And do remember this, how much amount of anti-dumping duty was imposed? $121.55 per ton of imports of hot rolled flat steel products. This dumping was imposed. Right, this duty was imposed for this anti-dumping and it is for 5 years. Next, the government of Iran, they have suspended the visa waiver facility for ordinary Indian passport holders from 22nd of November to prevent the misuse of visa-free entry by the criminal elements. Next, in November, Ukraine and France, they have signed a major letter of intent at the Paris, France to procure up to 100 fighter aircrafts over the next decade. Identify the fighter jet model included in this agreement. So, the fighter jet that will be procured here is Rafale F4. Next, identify the fintech platform that launched instant forex platform services in partnership with NPCI Bharat Bilpay Limited in November. It is MobiKwik. Next, name the packaged drinking water brand that served as the official hydration partner for the Purple Umbrella Festival held in November. It is Bisleri. Next, in November, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare expanded the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana to cover crop losses due to wild animal tracks and flooding of paddy fields. When was this scheme officially launched? It was launched in 2016. Next, in November, International Cricket Council announced that Zimbabwe and Namibia will co-host the 16th ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup. Where is the headquarters of this ICC located? It is located in Dubai, UAE. Identify the defense organization that signed a technical agreement with India's DRDO in November to jointly develop advanced defense technologies. So identify that defense organization that has signed this technical agreement with DRDO. It is DGA, that is Directorate General of Armaments of France, right? And from DRDO and from India, it is our DRDO. They together signed this agreement, this technical agreement, where we will be working together on developing defense technologies. Next, which Indian digital platform entered into an MOU with United Nations Women in November to boost the women entrepreneurs' participation in the public procurement? So, which is that Indian digital platform? It is GEM portal, that is Government Marketplace, right? This will strengthen the participation and empowerment of women entrepreneurs within India's public procurement ecosystem. Next, which of the following is not included in the 4 new labor codes enforced by the Government of India in November? So, among the following, it is Code on Social Justice of 2018, not included in the 4 new labor laws that were launched by the Government of India. Next, name the institute where Union Minister of State Dr. Jitendra Singh has recently announced 720 crore rupees quantum fabrication and central facilities in the November month. It is IIT Bombay, that is Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. This quantum infrastructure here, the facilities were launched under the National Quantum Mission with a total investment of 720 crore rupees. Next is identify the ministry that signed an MOU with the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment to empower denotified nomadic and semi-nomadic communities. It is Ministry of Rural Development. Option 4 is rightly mentioned here. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Kurukshetra in Haryana. If we look at the option, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next is where did the 19th edition of the India-Nepal Joint Military Exercise Surya Kiran, that is 19th edition of the Surya Kiran, held? So this exercise was held where? It was held in Pithoragarh, Uttarakhand, right? And it is an exercise held between India and Nepal. Next, in November, Dash, that is Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL, and Safran Electronics and Defense, they have signed a joint venture cooperation agreement, and it is to manufacture the highly agile modular munitions extended range, that is HAMMER precision guided weapon in India. So it is Bharat Electronics Limited from India and Safran Electronics and Defense, they together signed this deal. Next is, okay, one more thing, these HAMMER precision guided weapon, they will be utilized by Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. Next is Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in November approved how financial outlay for RPEM, that is outlay for the scheme to promote manufacturing of stinted rare earth permanent magnets, that is RPEM. So here the Union Cabinet has chaired the scheme here. The question is, what is the financial outlay here? It is 7,280 crore rupees scheme here. The total duration of the scheme will be here for 7 years. Next, mark the incorrect statement regarding first advance estimates of the Kharif crop production released by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. If we look at the option, we have to find the incorrect statement. So option C is incorrect, A is right, B is right. Our answer will be option C, right? If we see here, pulse production for 25-26 is projected at 6,000 million tons, with tur, urad and moong contributing to the total here. So is it so? Right? So here remember, it is not 6,000 but or 6 million tons. It is how much? Pulses contribution here. What is the pulses contribution here? It is not 6 million tons, not 6,000, 6 million tons. The right option is 7.413 million tons, right? Not 6 million tons, 7.413 million tons. Now option C is right. Moving on, the 10th session of the India-Slovenia Joint Committee on Trade and Economic Cooperation took place in New Delhi in November, reviving the bilateral trade and expanding economic cooperation. Which is the capital of Slovenia? This is the question asked here. So the capital of Slovenia is Ljubljana. Moving on, in November, Puma India appointed Ram Prasad Sridharan, right, as their new managing director, who succeeded Karthik Balagopalan. Next, identify the defense technology company that launched India's first fully mobile anti-drone patrol vehicle in November to enhance real-time drone detection, threat assessment and interception capabilities. So identify the defense technology company. It is Indrajal Drone Defense Company. They recently launched India's first mobile anti-drone patrol vehicle in November. Moving on, students, what is India's world rank in tea export as highlighted by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in November? So what is India's rank here? India stands at second position in tea exports as highlighted by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, the Paradip Port Authority achieved the fastest ever handling of 100.15 million metric tons of cargo in financial year 25-26 within 241 days. That means in 241 days, 100.15 million metric tons of cargo was handled. Question is, in which Indian state is Paradip Port located? Because this Paradip Port handled this amount of cargo. So this Paradip Port is located where? It is located in Odisha. Next, in November, the International Cricket Council announced that Zimbabwe and Namibia will co-host 16th edition of the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup. Question is, where is the headquarter of ICC located? So the headquarter of ICC is located where? It is located, this is your homework question, students, right? So where is the headquarter of this ICC located? Easy question. We have discussed this multiple times, right? And it is ICC, correct? They announced that Zimbabwe and Namibia, they will be co-hosting this 16th edition of ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup. Name the Asian country that inaugurated the world's first solar thermal power plant in October, featuring a dual tower design developed by the Three George Corporation in the Gobi Desert. So name that Asian country. It is China, right? They have recently inaugurated the world's first solar thermal power plant, and it is where? It is in Gobi Desert. The location is important, students, right? It is in Gobi Desert, and here in this there is basically a central part, and around it multiple mirrors are surrounding. These are almost 27,000 mirrors that have been placed here, and as the sun light falls on them, they reflect them to this particular tower that gets heated up, and with that the water below it will heat up. It will turn into gas form, or it will turn into the water vapors. Then that gas or that high pressure gas will be then used to rotate the turbines. Hence electricity is generated from those turbines. Next, identify the foreign payment gateway that collaborated with NPCI International Payment Limited and Qatar National Bank to enable UPI based transactions in Qatar. It is NetStars. right? Take a note of this. This is NetStars, right? This is the payment gateway that collaborated with NIPL of India, and this NetStar, it is of Qatar, to enhance the UPI payment transactions, digital transactions between India and Qatar. Next is name the country that became the first in the world to achieve a triple elimination of mother to child transmission of HIV, syphilis and hepatitis B as validated by World Health Organization. So Maldives has achieved this feat. Next, during the United Nations General Assembly elections held in October, India was elected to the UN Human Rights Council for the 7th term. State the duration of this tenure. So, India has been elected here for the term 2026 to 2028. Correct? Take a note of this. Next is name the country that along with India established a 20-member inter-parliamentary friendship group in October to enhance parliamentary cooperation and bilateral relations. So name that country, it is Panama, right? The Embassy of India in Panama, they announced the establishment of a 20-member India-Panama Inter-Parliamentary Friendship Group. This was during the National Assembly of Panama, marking a new phase in the bilateral relation between India and Panama. Next is who was sworn in as the transitional president of Madagascar in October after a military coup confirmed by the High Constitutional Court of Madagascar. So Michael Rendrian, right, has the leader of the elite army corps of personnel and administrative and technical services army unit sworn in as the transitional president of Madagascar. Next, how long will India's Hitesh Kumar S. Makwana elected to serve as the co-chair of the United Nations Global Geospatial Information Management for Asia and the Pacific, along with Woo Sung Chu from the Republic of Korea in October? Right option is 2025 till 2028, and here Hitesh Kumar, he will co-chair the committee along with Woo Sung Chu. Next, mention the country that partnered with India in October for a counter-terrorism training at the NSG campus in Manesar, Haryana, focusing on the drone threats. So it is European Union. Next, which international convention re-elected India as the vice chairperson of the Bureau for the Asia Pacific during the 10th session of the Conference of Parties held at UNESCO headquarters in Paris, France in October? So right option here becomes, it is International Convention Against Doping in Sports, that is ICADS. Right, students? Next, name the African country that partnered with the government of India in October to establish the first Indian Institute of Technology campus. It is Nigeria. Right, it marks a significant step in bilateral cooperation in the field of education. And this is the second IIT campus in Africa. First was IIT Madras, that was in Zanzibar. That was in Zanzibar in Tanzania. Right? Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 16th session of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development held in October at the Geneva, Switzerland. Here, if we have to find the correct statement, so option A, B, and C, all three of them are rightly mentioned. Next is choose the country that remained the FATF on the FATF grey list following the 4th Financial Action Task Force plenary meeting held in Paris, France from 22nd to 24th of October under the presidency of Elisa de and the Mazaro of Mexico. So choose the country. It is Kenya. Right, it remained of the FATF list. Students, FATF is basically a list or financial action task force. They releases this grey list, and this grey list is basically what list? It contains the name of the countries that are doing terror financing, right? So recently Kenya, it remained on the grey list here, very important. Then Burkina Faso, South Africa, Mozambique and Nigeria, these are the 4 countries, they were removed from the grey list. Next, who has been elected as the first Asian chair of the IUCN Species Survival Commission for 2026 to 2029 term during the IUCN World Conservation Congress held from 9 to 15th of October in Abu Dhabi, UAE. So who has been elected as the first Asian chair here? Vivek Menon. He has been elected an Indian wildlife conservationist, environmental commentator, author and photographer, was appointed or elected as the chair of the IUCN, that is International Union for the Conservation of Nature Species Survival Commission. Next, where was the UN Convention Against Cybercrime held in October, marking the establishment of the world's first global framework to prevent and combat cybercrime? So, Hanoi, Vietnam is the right option here. Next, in October, IUCN officially adopted which motion? So they officially adopted motion 007 on security law, marking the first ever recognition of soil security as central to food systems, water supply, biodiversity protection and climate resilience. Next is, what was the theme of the 19th midterm ministerial meeting of the non-aligned movement held in Kampala, Uganda, where India was represented by Union Minister of State Kirti Vardhan Singh from the Ministry of External Affairs and the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So what was the theme here? Theme being deepening cooperation for shared global affluence. Next, in October, Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company XAI, they have launched an AI-powered open source online encyclopedia. The name of this encyclopedia is Grokipedia. And if you can see here, Grok is also the name of their AI, right? This will be providing truth and independent information to the users here. This platform is initially offering over 8 lakh articles. It is trained on these 8 lakh articles, right? And this platform is connected to the XAI's Grok chatbot, which users uses this AI chatbot to have the information and chat with that. So that's all for the day, students. These were your important current affairs for international affairs. Now let's move to the revision part that will be quite beneficial for you all. Identify the ministry that collaborated with the Ministry of Education to launch the Tobacco Free Youth Campaign 3.0 in October to safeguard students' health and promote tobacco-free learning environments across India. So, which is it? It is Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The campaign, it reinforces the government's commitment to create a tobacco-free generation under Viksit Bharat at the rate of 2047 vision. Next, what is the total number of tradable agriculture commodities that are available on the electronic national agriculture market, that is ENAM platform, after the addition of 9 new commodities by the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare? So the total tradable commodities are 247 here. Next, identify the organization that has unveiled the study titled AI for Inclusive Societal Development, developed in collaboration with Deloitte to promote the use of AI for inclusive growth in October. So right option here is Niti Aayog. Right. Next is, mark the correct statement regarding India-UK collaboration during the visit of UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer to India from 8th to 9th of October. If we see here and we have to find the correct statement, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, as per the amendments notified by the Ministry of Textile in October, the minimum investment required under the production linked incentive scheme for the textiles in the Part 1 category has been reduced from 300 crore to what? So the minimum investment has been reduced from 300 crore to just 150 crore rupees. Next, World Habitat Day was observed globally on 6th of October with the theme Urban Crisis Response in India. The theme, this day was observed in New Delhi with the theme Urban Solutions to Crisis under which ministry? So it was held under which ministry? It is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, right? Under which this World Habitat Day with the theme Urban Solutions to Crisis was observed. Next, identify the state that declared the year 2025 as the year of urban development, marking 20 years since the launch of the well-planned city development project initiated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So it is, identify that state. It is Gujarat state that declared the year of urban development. Next, which of the following ports has been recognized by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy as Green Hydrogen Hub under the National Green Hydrogen Mission? So which of the following port? All 3 of them. Deen Dayal Port Authority, V.O. Chidambaram Port in Tamil Nadu and Paradip Port Authority of Odisha. Next, identify the government organization that has announced the 4th edition of their flagship initiative, SPARK, that is Studentship Program for Ayurveda Research Can, to nurture young Ayurveda researchers. So, right option here is Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences. Moving on, name the Indian institute that collaborated with the Greater Bengaluru Authority and Indian Institute of Science in Bengaluru for World Bank funded Bengaluru Water Security and Resilience Project. It is Indian Institute of Madras or Technology, IIT Madras. Next, name the organization that released the report titled Roadmap for Job Creation in the AI Economy to Transform India into a Global Hub for AI Talent. So, name that organization that released this report. It was released by Niti Aayog. This will examine how AI is reshaping the tech service industry through the lens of work, worker, and workforce. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the agriculture initiatives launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in October. If we look at the options here, all three of them will be rightly mentioned. Next, you have to now find the incorrect statement regarding the launches made during the 4th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti National Master Plan held in October. Here also, if we look at the option and we have to find the incorrect, B is right, C is right, A is our answer which is incorrect. It is saying Union Minister Piyush Goyal launched PM Gati Shakti offshore to strengthen inland waterways transport under the blue economy. Is it so? So, right, this was launched, right? Basically, what is this PM Gati Shakti? It is a platform that is a digital platform launched by the logistics division of the DPIIT, and it will promote sustainable, not inshore, right? It is not inshore, but is the offshore. It is to strengthen the offshore development by enabling multi-layered analysis and visualization, strengthening the India's blue economy. Correct? Next is identify the state or union territory where Union Minister Nitin Gadkari inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for 3 national highway projects worth over 2,000 crore rupees in October. So right option is Puducherry. Next, name the scheme launched by Union Minister K.R. Naidu, right, to provide affordable and predictable regional air travel across India. So right option is Fair Se Fursat. Next, which organization partnered with Minister K.R. Naidu, right, we just saw. Next is which organization partnered with Google Cloud India to establish India's first AI Center of Excellence for Public Good in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So, which is that organization? It is Tech Bharat Research Foundation. Next, mention the scheme under which the Ministry of Minority Affairs established a Center of Excellence to promote and preserve India's heritage and classical languages. Right option is Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakaram. Next, in October, Uttarakhand's Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has inaugurated newly developed various pulse varieties under the 118th All India Farmers Fair and Agriculture Industry Exhibition that was held at GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology in Uttarakhand. Next, in October, the Government of India announced an extension in the tenure of the 16th Finance Commission. What is the new deadline for the submission of their report? So, the new deadline here is 30th of November 2025. Next, mark the incorrect statement regarding the 238th meeting of the Central Board of Trustees of the Employees Provident Fund, chaired by Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya in October. If we look at the option, we have to find the incorrect. B is right, C is right, A is our answer. A is saying that the CBD launched the Vishwas scheme to provide new employment opportunities under the Employees Pension Scheme of 1995. Right? So, is it correct? No, this option A is wrong. It is saying that the CBD launched the Vishwas scheme to resolve the long-standing dispute, right? Not to provide new employment opportunities, but to resolve the long-standing disputes. Next, Ministry of Mines, they have recently reclassified which mineral as the major mineral to boost ease of doing business and enhance the rural income. So, it is which ministry? The Ministry of Mines. And what is the mineral here? It is limestone. Next, Union Minister of State Arjun Ram Meghwal ji has recently launched the Legal Information Management and Briefing System by the name LIMS, right? It is LIMS Life dashboard to promote transparency in the government litigation. Correct? So take a note of it. Next, identify the telecom company that partnered with Google LLC and Adani Enterprise Limited to establish India's largest AI hub and data center campus worth $15 billion in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. It is Bharti Airtel Limited. Next, who collaborated with Google Cloud in October to develop Secret Mountain, an AI-powered digital avatar music band featuring 6 meta-human avatars. He is A.R. Rahman. Take a note of this. This question can be important. Next is mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Andhra Pradesh in October. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, which of the following sector did not feature in the MOU signed during the Mongolian president visit to India in October? Among the following, defense procurement is not among the MOUs that were signed, rest all are there. Next, identify the project that was not launched under the 8 new development initiatives of the new Mangalore Port Authority unveiled by Sarabandana Sonowal during the Golden Jubilee celebration in October. So, here identify the project that was not launched here. Among the following, it is the construction of a new container terminal port at Paradip, Odisha was not the project here. Next is name the self-sovereign identity ecosystem that partnered with Indigo in October to enable contactless and paperless boarding for passengers. It is DigiYatra. Right, this is the self-sovereign identity ecosystem. Mention the name of the indigenously developed automatic train protection system whose loco trails were successfully conducted at Somatne, Apta and Jite stations on the Panvel Rohana section of Mumbai division in September. So what is the name of that indigenously developed automatic train protection system? This is quite good, right? It was launched on pilot basis earlier and now it is being rolled out in various state locations globally. Not just globally, in India, pan-India it is being rolled out, right? Next is during the celebration of 100th year of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, a commemorative postage stamp and a coin of 100 rupees, right, featuring the image of Bharat Mata on an Indian currency for the first time was released. Take a note of it. Next is pick out the correct statement regarding the celebrations of the centenary, that is 100th year of UPSC in October 2025. If we look at the options, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned here. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the approvals of the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on pulses and rabi crops in September. If we look at the options, here also all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, find out the city where Union Minister for Electronics and Information Technology Ashwini Vaishnav has launched National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology Digital University platform to democratize access to high quality digital education. So find out the city, it is New Delhi. This is the right option here. Next, in October, Airbus along with whom? So Airbus along with Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they have announced the establishment of India's first private sector final assembly line in Vimagal, Karnataka to manufacture the Airbus H125 helicopter. Right, this can be asked also that these H125 helicopters will be developed where in India? They will be at the Vimagal in Karnataka, right? And it is Airbus that partnered with Tata Advanced Systems Limited. They are also, this Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they are also coming up with a semiconductor fabrication manufacturing plant in Dholera. Next, My Bharat mobile application launched by Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Manviya in October has been designated and developed by which organization? It is Digital India Corporation, that is DIC. Next is in September, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri inaugurated the new office of what? It is the new office of Indraprastha Gas Limited, that is IGL, at the World Trade Center in New Delhi. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Union Cabinet approvals shared by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If we look at the options here, option A is right and option B is right. C is wrongly mentioned. C is saying that the Cabinet approved a hike of 5% in DA for central employees and DNS relief for the pensioners. It is not 5% hike but 3% hike here. Next, in October, Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis announced that the new Navi Mumbai International Airport will be named after what? It will be named after Lokneta Dinkar Balu Patil, that is DB Patil. Next, name the district that was declared as India's first child marriage free district after achieving 0 reported child marriage cases across 436 gram panchayats and 9 urban local bodies. It is Balod, Chhattisgarh. Next, identify the Indian state government that launched an electronic bond e-bond system in October for high value import and export transactions, becoming the 16th state in India to adopt this digital initiative. It is Maharashtra state. Right option is Maharashtra state. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the youth focused initiatives launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in October. If we look at the options here, option only B is right, A is wrong and C is wrong. Next, where was India's first cooperative multi-feed compressed biogas plant and potash granule production facility inaugurated by Union Minister for Home Affairs, that is Amit Shah. So where was this India's first cooperative multi-feed compressed biogas and potash granule production facility? It is at Ahilyanagar in Maharashtra. Next, which country along with India commenced the bilateral maritime exercise, that is Konkan, of its western coast from 5th to 12th of October? It is UK, United Kingdom. And here INS Vikrant took part in this exercise. Next, the BRO, Border Road Organization, built the world's highest motorable road at Migla Pass at an altitude of how much? At an altitude of 19,400 feet in Ladakh under Project Himang in October. Right? And it is BRO that has built this world's highest motorable road. Next is the Telecommunication Engineering Center under Department of Telecommunication has signed a memorandum of understanding with which institution in October to advance research in next generation telecom technologies. So which is it? It is International Institute of Information Technology that is in Nava Raipur. This will jointly pursue research, innovation and standardization in the next generation telecommunication technologies. Next is name the nationwide campaign launched by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman from Gandhinagar, Gujarat to facilitate the settlement of unclaimed financial assets across India. It is Aapki Punji, Aapka Adhikar is the right option. Next, Union Minister Amit Shah has launched the Majhe Ghar Yojana, right, in October to grant ownership rights to residents of which Indian state? It is for the state residents of Goa. Next, the 71st National Wildlife Week was observed from 2nd to 8th of October across India. Which of the following projects was not launched during the WLW, that is Wildlife Week celebrations presided by Bhupendra Yadav ji? Right, that was held in Dehradun, Uttarakhand. This is the location here. So, question asked here is that which of the following projects was not launched here? So, Project Snow Leopard is the project that was not launched here. Next, which ministry has launched People's Plan campaign Sabki Yojana Sabka Vikas Abhiyan in October to prepare Panchayat development plans for FY27? So, which is this ministry launched the People's Plan campaign? It is the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. This is the right option. This campaign will promote participatory participation, right? It will promote transparency. It will be promoting accountability of local governance here. Moving on. Next, choose the institution where Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, right, approved the establishment of Namo Semiconductor Laboratory in October that will boost indigenous semiconductor facilities. So choose the institution. It is IIT Bhubaneswar of Odisha. Next, which OTT platform, that is over-the-top platform, was launched by Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis to preserve and promote languages and culture on global stage? It is Abhijat Marathi OTT platform. Next is which of the following statement is incorrect regarding the 4 major railway multi-tracking projects worth 24,634 crore rupees approved by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs in October? If we look at the options, which is the incorrect? Option B is incorrect. That means A is right, C is right. B is saying that the Vadodara Ratlam section spanning 259 km involves the development of 3rd and the 4th lines and connects Gujarat and Rajasthan. Is it so? So it involves the construction. This is the Vadodara Ratlam line, right? It connects Gujarat and Rajasthan. No, it connects not Gujarat and Rajasthan, but it connects Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. Now option B is right. Next, identify the organization that in collaboration with Integrated Defence Staff and Tri-Services has launched the Indian Radio Software Architecture Standard 1.0 to build compatibility in military service communication in October. So, identify that organization. It is DRDO. Next is identify the incorrect statement regarding the 78th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Southeast Asia that was held in Colombo, Sri Lanka. If we look at the option B is right, C is right, A is wrong. A is saying that the session was chaired by Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, the Director General of WHO. Is it so? No. This session was chaired by whom? This is the question that I want you to remember. This was held, or this session was chaired under the chairmanship of Nalinda Jaya Tissa. Jaya Tissa, right? And this is the Sri Lanka's health minister. Sri Lanka's health minister, right? So Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus he was not the chair of this session. Now option A is right. Next is name the country that along with India established a 20-member inter-parliamentary friendship group in October to enhance parliamentary cooperation and bilateral relations. So which is it? It is Panama. Take a note of it. Next, identify the UN organization that released a report that is high risk forest, high value returns, a co-benefit assessment for the decision makers in October that highlights 391 million hectares of tropical forest are at a high risk of deforestation. So identify that UN organization that has released this report. It is UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Program. Next, how long will India's Hitesh Kumar S. Makwana elected to serve as the co-chair of the United Nations Global Geospatial Information Management for Asia and the Pacific, along with Woo Suk Chu from Republic of Korea in October? So, how long will India's Hitesh Kumar elected to serve the co-chair here? So, it is for the term 2025 to 2028. Next, according to the Mercer Charter Financial Analysts Institute Global Pension Index, mention the country which is not among the top 5 in the pension index. It is Philippines. Right? It is not among the top 5. Netherlands first, then Iceland second, then Denmark it is third, Singapore it is fourth, Israel is fifth. Next, according to the World Directory of Modern Military Aircraft rankings, which of the following is not among the world's top 5 most powerful forces? It is China's People's Liberation Army Force. Right? Take a note of this. Who is on the top? United States Air Force, then United States Navy, then Russian Air Force, then United States Army, then United States Marine Corps, and on 6th position is Indian Air Force. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the key findings of the Global Forest Resource Assessment 25 released by Food and Agriculture Organization in October month. Which of the following is the correct statement it is asked? So A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that in terms of the global forest gain, Russia ranks first, followed by India and China. Is it so? So first remember, Russian Federation is on top, then Brazil is on second, then Canada on third, then USA fourth, then it is fifth China, and on sixth position is our India. Next, choose the financial center that is not among the top 5 in the 38th Global Financial Center Index released in October by China Development Institute and ZN Partners. So choose the financial center, right, that is not among the top 5. So Mumbai, India is not among the top 5 here. New York, USA on top, then London on second, Hong Kong on third, Singapore on fourth, then San Francisco on fifth, and Gift City, right, of India is on sixth position. Take a note of this, students. And then it is Mumbai, and then it is New Delhi. Next is what is the total value of the sovereign exposure exchange agreement signed between the Asian Development Bank and World Bank in October to boost the lending for the developing nations. So it is $3 billion. Total value of the sovereign exposure exchange agreement is $3 billion. This EEA, that is exposure exchange agreement, right, it is acts as a risk management tool, and it enables the multilateral development banks to lower the portfolio concentration by risk by swapping exposure from countries with large sovereign loans. And this is Asian Development Bank's first EEA with World Bank and sixth EEA with other multilateral development banks. Next is who headed the SEBI constituted working group that proposed increasing transaction fees for clearing corporations such as NSE Clearing Limited in October 2025. So who headed this SEBI constituted working group? It was headed by R.S. Gandhi. It was headed by whom? It was headed by R.S. Gandhi. This move, it will bolster the financial independence of these corporations and strengthen the balance sheet. Here the fee structure, if we see, currently NSE, they are receiving nearly 5 to 6% of the fees that NSE collects from the members. A revision of the charge for the clearing corporation is expected to increase the share to 25% or even a little higher. Next is who was honored with the BRICS International Award 2025 for the contribution to spiritual education, cultural development, and maritime innovation at an event hosted by State Duma of Russian Federation in Moscow in October 2025. So, who was honored here with BRICS International Award? This is the direct question that can be asked, and this is an important question. So, Abusuapan Kharkarov was honored here. He is the former Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Dagestan, who was honored with the BRICS International Award. This is for his contribution to spiritual education, cultural development, and maritime innovation. Next, who won the 2025 British Academy Book Prize in October for his book titled The Burning Earth and Environmental History of the Last 500 Years? So, who won the 2025 British Academy Book Prize? It was won by Sunil Amrit. Right, Indian origin historian Sumrit Amrit has won the 2025 British Academy Book Prize for the book that is The Burning Earth and Environmental History of the Last 500 Years. Next is in October, Union Minister Rajnath Singh was conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel upon Neeraj Chopra in Voluntary Military Force of India. In which Voluntary Military Force of India? So, tell me. Union Minister Rajnath Singh conferred the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel to Neeraj Chopra for which voluntary force of India? It is Territorial Army. Next, who was sworn in as the transitional president of Madagascar in October after a military coup confirmed by the High Constitutional Court of Madagascar? Name that individual. Right option is Michael Randrian. Right, Colonel Randrian Rina. Right, Michael Randrian Rina. Right, was appointed here. Take a note of this. Next is in October, Gujarat state government under the Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel expanded their cabinet, including 19 ministers, 19 new ministers, and retaining the 6, bringing the total strength to 26. So 19 are new here and 6 are retained. So the total strength become 26. Who was elevated here as the Deputy Chief Minister, becoming the 5th Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Gujarat? So right option is Harsh Ramesh Kumar Sanghvi has been appointed as the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat. Take a note of this, students. Next is who was elected as the President of the Indian Cricket Association in October, becoming the first woman to lead the organization. So, Shantha Rangaswamy was elected as the President of Indian Cricket Association. Take a note of this. Next is mention the tenure of Justice Pratibha M. Singh of Delhi High Court as the chair of the World Intellectual Property Organization Advisory Board as announced in October. If we look at the option, right option is for what is the term? It is 2025 to 2027. Right option is this. Next, who was elected as the Japan's first female Prime Minister in October? Right option is Sanai Takaichi. Correct. Take a note of this. Direct question. And she succeeded whom? She succeeded Shigeru Ishiba. Next, in October, Emirates New Development Bank acquired how much % stake in RBL Bank through a preferential issue of shares worth 26,850 crore rupees. It is 60% share here, right? And what is the amount it was acquired for? 26,850 crore rupees. Next, in October, DRDO, they successfully tested the indigenously military craft parachute system with Indian Air Force from an altitude of how much? From an altitude of 32,000 feet. The test was conducted by the test jumpers of the Indian Air Force, right? Take a note of this. Next is in October, Dr. V. Narayanan, the chairman of ISRO, announced that India's maiden human space flight mission, that is Gaganyaan, is scheduled for 2027, while ISRO aims to launch their first crewed moon mission by which year? So ISRO is planning to launch their first crewed moon mission by 2040, and Gaganyaan mission, that is the maiden human spaceflight mission, is planned by 2027. Next, name the fighter jet that was unveiled by Union Minister for Defence Rajnath Singh on 17th of October at Hindustan Aeronautics Limited facility, that is in Nasik facility. So which is that fighter jet we are talking about? It is Tejas Mark 1A fighter jet. Next, identify the country that represented by Olympic champion Ariana Titmus, who announced her retirement from competitive swimming. So, name that country. Identify that country we are talking about. It is Australia. She is from Australia. Next, in October, Union Minister of Home Affairs, that is Amit Shah, he recently announced that Commonwealth Association has approved India's bid to host the Sanitary edition of 2030 Commonwealth Games. In which Indian city will the event will be hosted? That means now India will be hosting the 2030 Commonwealth Games that will be in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, right? That means the Commonwealth Association, they have approved India's bid that we can now host this event in India, and that too in India, where it will be hosted in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Important students, take a note of this. Next, also we have bid for the 2036 Olympic Games also. Let's see how that plays out. Next, identify the international multi-sport event where Indian Olympic gold medalist Abhinav Bindra was appointed as the torchbearer in October month. So, identify that international multi-sport event. It is Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. Next, name the country that secured the first ever FIFA Under-20 World Cup title after defeating Argentina by 2-0 in the final match held in Santiago, Chile. So, name that country that secured the first ever FIFA World Cup title. It is Under-20 FIFA World Cup title. It is Morocco. Next is Tomichi Murayama, right, known for his 1995 World War II apology to the Asian victims who passed away on 17th of October, was the former Prime Minister of which country? Was the former Prime Minister of Japan. Also remember, he served as the Japan's 81st Prime Minister, and it was from 1994 to 1996. Next is Chen Ning Yang, the Chinese-American physicist and Nobel laureate who passed away in October, won the 1957 Nobel Prize in Physics for discovering what? So it was for discovering parity violation in weak nuclear interaction. And remember the name, remember the year in which he won the Nobel Prize in Physics and the reason for which he won. Next is Dr. Eknath Vasant Chintis, a pioneering Indian space scientist and key architect of India's early space program, passed away in October, in which year he was honored with the Padma Bhushan Award for his contribution in science and technology. So, Dr. Eknath Vasant Chintis, right, a pioneering Indian space scientist and key architect of India's early space program, passed away in October. In which year he was honored with Padma Bhushan? He was honored with Padma Bhushan in 1985. Right option is option 3. Next is, when is International Snow Leopard Day, also known as the World Snow Leopard Day, observed globally to raise awareness about the conservation of snow leopard, that is Panthera uncia. So it is on 23rd of October. Right, first time observed in 2014. Next, in October, which country gifted Prussian blue capsules to Indonesia to help treat contamination caused by the radioactive isotope cesium-137? So which country gifted the Prussian blue capsules to Indonesia? It was gifted by our country, India, right? And it was a very good gesture. Next is, which fintech company unveiled India's first unified corporate card ecosystem for businesses on October? It is Encash. Correct. Next, NMDC, National Mineral Development Corporation Steel Limited. It became India's first company to receive the BIS certification for hot rolled steel used in the pipeline transportation in October. Question is, in the abbreviation BIS, what does the letter B stands for? It is Bureau. Bureau, BIS, that is your Bureau of Indian Standards, right? So I for India, Indian, and S for standards. Correct. And this certification will ensure the NDMC steel's product meet the highest national quality and safety standards. Next is, mention the company that introduced India's first fully electric two-seater light sport aircraft for flight training and personal aviation on 16th of October 2025. So it is which company? It is Pulinam Aerospace Technologies. And the first prototype, it is expected to be launched in within 12 to 18 months. Next, where did the 11th India International Science Festival held from December 6th to 9th as announced by Union Minister for Earth Science Dr. Jitendra Singh? If we look at the option, it is Punjab University of Chandigarh. Then next is, United Nations recognized the Slovenian town of Bled as the best tourism village. What is the official currency used in Slovenia? So here the currency that is used is Euro. Next, the Election Commission of India enabled the C-Vigil mobile application on the Election Commission internet platform in October to report Model Code of Conduct violations. Identify the established year of ECI. Direct question. So ECI was established in 1950. Here you need to remember that ECI has enabled the C-Vigil mobile application on the
Election Commission Internet, that is ECINET. So this was enabled by whom? Election Commission of India. Next, in October, ISRO they have announced to launch 6.5 ton Bluebird 6 satellite for the advanced communication and scientific research. Who currently serves as the chairman of ISRO? So who is the chairman? V Narayanan. But you need to remember here that ISRO they have announced the launch of 6.5 ton weight. This is the weight of this satellite, that is Bluebird. Name is Bluebird 6 satellite. Next, India's gold reserves crossed 880 metric tons by September, marking a historic milestone in RBI reserve management strategy. Question is, name the current governor of RBI who oversees this achievement. So, who is the governor? Sanjay Malhotra. And the last question for the day is, students, the Bima Sugam platform, dubbed as India's UPI for insurance, are expected to go live by December. That aims to unify the insurance services under a single digital platform. Question is, what does the UPI in full form of UPI? Chalo, right? So what we are focusing on, the Bima Sugam platform, it is basically UPI for insurance. What is the full form of UPI? Unified Payment Interface. So right option is here is unified. U stands for unify, I for interface, P for payment. So UPI.
In August, SBI signed a line of credit agreement worth 100 million euro with France-based agency Francis Development in Gujarat that aims to support India's transition to a low-carbon economy and promote green financing. Right? This partnership will support India's shift to a low-carbon economy and it will strengthen the climate resilience, promoting green financing. Next, in August, where did Asian Development Bank approved a $125 million loan to transform the urban infrastructure and strengthen the climate resilience in the state. So this loan was approved for Assam state. Next, mention the bank that launched 2 fixed deposit backed secured credit cards that are issued on the RuPay network, allowing customers to leverage their fixed deposit as a collateral to gain credit access without income or credit history, because it becomes difficult for individuals that are not having any salary or income to gain credit cards. Right, so for them this will be a quite beneficial to make a credit history. So which is that bank? We are talking about the Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. Next, SEBI has introduced a revised framework to monitor intraday trading positions in index options that is aimed at enhancing the transparency and strengthening the risk management in the derivative market, which is effective from when? Which is effective from 1st of October 2025. Next, India's UPI crossed how many monthly transactions in August as announced by DFS and NPCI in September? So India's UPI crossed 20 billion transactions per month. Next, Bank of Baroda has unveiled a new BOB Digi Udyam platform, a fully digital collateral-free lending scheme exclusively designed for whom? It is designed for MSEs, right? Micro and small enterprises. And here they can have the cash credit and overdraft facility ranging from 10 lakh rupees to 50 lakh rupees. Next, identify the bank that launched a third edition of the Spursh Week, that is a landmark initiative from 1st to 5th of September, bringing over 1 lakh employees across 5,868 branches spanning across 40 cities across India under the theme Raise the Bar. It is Axis Bank. Take a note of this. Next, mention the company that collaborated with IDBI Bank and Punjab and Sindh Bank to provide unified collateral management services across India. It is Sohan Lal Commodity Management Limited. This partnership marks Punjab and Sindh Bank's first venture into collateral management services. Next, in September, NPCI increased the UPI transaction limit to 5 lakh rupees only for those categories that align with tax payment. So identify the category which is not among the enhanced 5 lakh rupees limit. It is jewelry. Next, how much loan was disbursed by microfinance institutions in India in the first quarter of FY26 as per the 54th edition of the micrometer released by Microfinance Industry Network in India? So which is how much loan amount it is? It is 22,805 crore rupees was disbursed by the microfinance institutions. Next, identify the financial institution that has committed 498 crore rupees to the Greater Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation for the development of Madhurwada Sewerage System Project at Madhurwada in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So identify that financial institution. It is IFC. What is IFC? International Finance Corporation. This is an arm of World Bank. Next, mention the saving account launched by Bank of Baroda in September for Indian citizens planning to move abroad for extended stays. So, mention that saving account that was launched here. The name is BOB Aspire NRE Saving Account. Next, mention the bank that has announced the launch of digital loan against mutual funds, a digital loan facility enabling the customers to avail loan against their mutual fund investment. So, which is that bank that is providing this facility? It is South Indian Bank. Next, mention the financial institution which approved a loan of $212.64 million under the Strengthening Coastal Resilience and Economy project, that is SHORE project. This is also important and I want you all to remember the full form here of SHORE. This is to support coastal zone management in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka state. So which institution under SHORE project is providing the loan of 212 crore rupees for Tamil Nadu and Karnataka state? Which is that bank we are talking about, financial institution? It is World Bank. Next, identify the financial institution that launched a centralized digital credit infrastructure for regional rural banks that will enhance their competitiveness against NBFCs and microfinance institutions. So, which is that financial institution? That is your NABARD for agriculture and rural development. Next, in September, as per RBI's regulation of payment aggregator directions, non-bank payment aggregators applying for authorization, they must have a minimum net worth of how much amount at the time of application when they are filing it. So they must have a net worth of around 15 crore rupees. Next, in September, RBI set up an independent advisory group on regulations to strengthen the stakeholders' engagement. Here, this advisory group, right, it will be chaired by whom? It will be chaired by Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh. Next, identify the company with which AU Small Finance Bank has collaborated to launch AU Cosmo credit card built on the RuPay network to cater the growing preference of UPI payments in India. So, identify that company. It is Kiwi. Correct? And this card will offer a fully digital onboarding journey, seamless UPI integration, best in the class rewards on UPI transactions, and also will reflect the shared vision of AU Small Finance Bank and Kiwi for inclusive tech enabling banking. Next, identify the bank that was authorized by RBI in September as an agency bank to collect GST payments, that became the first wholly owned subsidiary of a foreign bank in India to receive such an approval. And this is very important question, right? They will be collecting GST, right? And which is that bank? It is DBS Bank, correct? And it is the first wholly owned subsidiary of a foreign bank in India that will receive such an approval, and they will collect GST. It is DBS Bank. Next, in September, PayRuPay, they partnered with BriskPay to expand Dash payment services and offer an integrated global payments platform. So they have expanded to cross-border payment services. Take a note of this, right? And they will be offering integrated global payment services. Next, which of the following mutual fund companies launched India's first equity long-short specialized investment fund named QSIF Equity Long-Short Fund? This was launched by whom? This was launched by Quant Mutual Fund. So option 2 is right, Quant Mutual Fund. Next, in September, Bank of India, they partnered with Cash Invoice to launch BOI, that is Bank of India Trade Easy, a digital credit platform that provide instant loans to whom? This provide instant loans to the MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises. Through this, the bank aims to disperse 1,000 crore rupees in working capital loans within the next 4 to 6 months, reaching more than 2 lakh MSMEs nationwide. Next, mark the revised minimum net worth requirement that SEBI set for the custodians in September to strengthen the risk management system. So what is the net worth requirement that SEBI set for the custodians? It is 75 crore rupees. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the announcement of AI powered products at the 48th annual general meeting of Reliance Industries Limited that was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra. If we look at the options here, all of them are rightly mentioned here. Also remember students, Jio, they are now giving free subscription of Gemini 2.5 Pro, right, for 18 months, right? What Airtel was giving free subscription of Perplexity for their users, and now the Jio is giving 18 months free subscription to and it is of what? It is for the Gemini 2.5 Pro. Next, in September, the Federation of Indian Export Organization has signed a memorandum of understanding with which company to facilitate faster and compliant cross-border payments for the Indian exporters. So it is BRICS Pay. Take a note of it. Next, India's current account deficit reduced to what amount in the first quarter of FY26 as per the data released by RBI in September. So India's current account deficit reduced to $2.4 billion. Next, what is India's GDP forecast for FY26 as predicted in September edition of the Global Economic Outlook report released by Fitch Ratings Incorporation in September? So what is the projected? It is 6.9% GDP projected. Next is mention the company that in September has signed a partnership agreement with French Alternative Energies and Atomic Energy Commission to accelerate innovation and industrialization of the physical artificial intelligence AI powered solutions in France. That means this physical AI means when robots they meet artificial intelligence, right? So this is being talked about to promote this physical AI powered solutions in France. So which is that company that signed an agreement here? It is Tata Consultancy Services, TCS. Next, identify the airline with which Air India has signed a code share agreement allowing Air India to place its AI designator code on flight operator by the former airlines on two routes. So it is Air Asthana. That means now with this AI designator code has been implemented here. That is on the two routes, that is including that Almaty to New Delhi and Almaty to Mumbai. Next, so this places AI designator code here. Take a note of this. Next is mention the company that partnered with Bioprime Agri Solutions Private Limited, that is Bioprime, to launch advanced soil and crop health solutions in India leveraging Bioprime's BioNexus platform. So which is that company? It is Israel's Chemical Limited. Students, you need to understand is that with technology now we have the liberty that we can check the soil health, right? We can check what are the parameters of the soil. We can check that the produce, the output that we are getting, right, of the produce, is it healthy, is it nutritious, what are the nutritions in it? So everything can be checked here. So mention that company that has partnered here with Bioprime Agri Solutions Private Limited to launch advanced soil and crop health solutions in India leveraging Bioprime's BioNexus platform. Next is what is India's GDP growth forecast for FY26 as predicted by ICRA Limited in September 2025. It is 6.5%. Next is mention the company that has signed an agreement with Wind Racers United Kingdom for the collaboration of deployment of the unmanned aerial vehicle Ultra across India. So which is it? It is Bharat Forge. Take a note of this, students. It is Bharat Forge, and the agreement was signed at the Defence and Security Equipment International 2025. That is a global defence exhibition and conference that was held in London, UK. Next is in September, Godrej Aerospace has signed a deal with Safran Aircraft Engines of France to manufacture critical components for the dash parts. This is for the LEAP engine, correct, for aircraft engines developed by CFM International. Moving on, next is students, what is India's GDP growth forecast for FY26 as predicted in a report released by Standard & Poor's, that is S&P Global India Research in September. So according to them, it is 6.5%. Next, All India Consumer Price Index for Agriculture Labour and Rural Labour has been released by the Labour Bureau in September that indicates that the All India CPI Consumer Price Index for AL rose to what? That is it for agriculture labor. It rose to 136.34. I correct. The option is fifth right here. Right. It rose to 136.34 in August from 135.32 in, and this is for agriculture labor. Next is GRSE, that is your Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. It has signed a deal worth $62.44 million, right, with Caston Renders Shift Makers Un Reindeer GmbH and Co. And this is for the construction of 4 hybrid multi-purpose vehicle. Take a note of this. And the latest deal builds upon the ongoing construction of a 7,500 dead weight tonnage multi-purpose vessel, and where it is at the GRSC's headquarters, that is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Next, identify the company with which L&T formed a strategic partnership to support the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, a 5th generation stealth fighter jet initiative for the Indian Air Force. So, identify that company. Which is that company we are talking about? It is Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL. Next is, in September, which Indian airline partnered with Open Airlines to implement Skybreath, a 360 eco-flying platform designed to optimize fuel management and reduce carbon emissions? It is Akasa Air. Correct? It is Akasa Air. Take a note of this. And this collaboration aims to enhance operational efficiency and promote sustainable practices within the airline's operations. Next is, in September, which company has signed a memorandum of understanding with Royal IHC Netherlands to design, build and retrofit various vessels in India? That is your Swan Defense and Heavy Industries. Take a note of this also, students. Quite interesting and important that you need to remember. Moving on, the next is, mention the shipyard company with which Seatrim Offshore Technologies Private Limited of Singapore has signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen the cooperation in the offshore sector across Asia, with India as a key market. So, which is that shipyard? It is Cochin Shipyard Limited. Right? This collaboration will combine the Seatrim's offshore technologies, engineering, offshore solution and specialized equipment with Cochin Shipyard Limited's infrastructure, fabrication facilities and repair expertise.